Hey guys, Army, this community. I need you to stay with me for this one because what you're about to hear isn't just another random story. It's something that hits deeper, something that makes you stop for a second and think, what if this actually happened? Imagine waking up with your heart racing, your chest tight, and tears you didn't even realize were falling, all because of a dream that felt too real to ignore. That's exactly what happened to Jungkook, and the person in that dream? Someone he can't imagine losing, Park Jimin. Now listen, we all know Jungkook, the golden magne, strong, talented, confident. But moments like this remind us that behind all that strength, he's still human. He still feels deeply. And when it comes to Jimin, it's different. It's not just friendship. It's a bond that has been built through years of struggle, success, tears, laughter, and memories that only they understand. So when Jungkook had this dream, it didn't feel like just a dream. It felt like a warning, like something he wasn't ready to face. And here's where it gets intense, because in that dream, Jungkook saw something that shook him completely. He saw Jimin, but not the Jimin we always see smiling, laughing, teasing him. This version of Jimin felt distant, cold, like he was slipping away. Imagine being in a place where you're trying to reach someone so important to you, but no matter how hard you try, they just keep getting farther and farther. That's what Jungkook experienced. And the worst part? He couldn't stop it. Guys, think about that for a second. Someone who has always been by your side suddenly out of reach. No explanation. No closure. Just gone. That kind of fear doesn't just disappear when you wake up. It lingers. It stays with you. And for Jungkook, it stayed long enough to make him question something he probably never wanted to think about. What if one day, Jimin isn't there anymore? And this is where the story hits even deeper, because we've seen their relationship over the years. From playful fights to emotional moments on stage, from backstage chaos to quiet, heartfelt conversations, Jungkook and Jimin have always had this unique connection. They challenge each other, support each other, and sometimes they understand each other without even saying a word. So when Jungkook dreamed of losing that, it wasn't just scary. It was devastating. But wait, because this is the part that really gets to you. When Jungkook woke up, it didn't just end there. He didn't just brush it off and move on like nothing happened. No. That feeling stayed with him. That fear, that heaviness, it made him realize something important. Sometimes, we don't fully understand how much someone means to us until we imagine a world without them. And that realization? It changes you. And let me ask you something. Army, have you ever had a dream like that? A dream that felt so real, so emotional, that when you woke up, you had to check if everything was still okay? That's exactly what this was. It wasn't just about fear. It was about love, connection, and the kind of bond that goes beyond words. The kind of bond that makes you say, I don't ever want to lose this. Now here's something even more powerful. This dream didn't push Jungkook away. It didn't make him shut down. If anything, it likely did the opposite. It made him appreciate Jimin more. It reminded him of everything they've been through together. Because sometimes, fear doesn't exist to break us. It exists to show us what truly matters. And in Jungkook's case, it showed him just how important Jimin is in his life. But let's not ignore this, because there's something quietly heartbreaking about it too. The fact that Jungkook could even imagine losing Jimin like that, it tells us how deep his emotions run. It tells us that behind all the performances, behind all the fame, there are real feelings, real fears, real attachments. And that's what makes this story so powerful. It's not about being idols. It's about being human. And guys, here comes another thought that might hit you harder than expected. What if this dream wasn't just random? What if it was Jungkook's mind processing the pressure, the distance, the uncertainty that comes with their lives? Being part of BTS isn't easy. The schedules, the expectations, the constant spotlight, it can create moments where even the closest people feel far away. And maybe, just maybe, that dream was a reflection of that hidden fear. But instead of letting that fear consume him, Jungkook chose to feel it, to acknowledge it. And that's something a lot of people struggle to do. Because it's easier to ignore fear than to face it. But when you face it, you grow. You understand. You connect on a deeper level. And maybe that's exactly what happened here. And Army, Let's be real for a second, stories like this are the reason why we connect so deeply with them. It's not just about the music. It's not just about the performances. It's about moments like this. Moments that remind us that even the people we admire the most go through emotions we understand. Fear of losing someone. Fear of change. Fear of things we can't control. And now, imagine Jungkook seeing Jimin after that dream. Imagine the way he looked at him, maybe a little longer than usual. Maybe with a little more appreciation. Maybe with a silent thought in his mind. I'm glad you're still here. That's the kind of emotion that doesn't need to be spoken. It's felt. But don't go anywhere yet, because this is where it turns into something even more meaningful. That dream, as painful as it was, might have strengthened their bond even more. Because when you realize how much you could lose, you start valuing what you have. You become more present, more grateful, more aware. And that kind of awareness, it changes everything. So yeah, maybe it was just a dream. Maybe it wasn't real. But the emotions, the impact, that was very real. And sometimes, that's what matters most. Now I want to hear from you. Guys, have you ever had a dream that made you realize how much someone means to you? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because I know this community has stories that are just as powerful. And if this story touched you even a little bit, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and stay with us for more emotional stories like this. Because here, we don't just talk about idols, we talk about the feelings, the connections, and the moments that bring us all together as one community. See you in the next video, ARMY, and remember, cherish the people you love before it turns into something you only see in a dream.